What's up? This is your girl, Unique Speaks. I'm different is, I don't know, waiting on him to come back. Don't know what he doing. I said 7:45. What we gonna do? What we gonna do with him? Well, we got sis Texas, Spatchaholic in the room. What we gonna do with him? I appreciate you being here, sis. I'm waiting on him to come back because I did not want to be late. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is our second video, and I have been bugging and bugging and bugging him and bugging him 3 weeks to get another video out. We gonna do better. Definitely gonna do better. We're doing great on our own individual channels. I'm different, and I'm Unique Speaks. You can check us out on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Oh, I'm different and Unique Speaks. We're gonna be talking about how we met. So I can't do this story by myself. So I'm waiting on him to come on. Like, this so y'all can see that I wasn't playing. I wanted to do this video. I wanted to go live. I wanted to do a video of something on this channel. Okay, so one way or another, we was gonna do something. So hopefully we'll be able to keep this up. Maybe once a week, maybe twice a week.
I don't want to hear from sick. What's up, y'all?
Texas Spatchaholic is in here. She said that she is cooking and she is going to be listening to it. She's going to pull us on up on her TV. And she's going to be just listening to it. And I'm like, okay, girl. So yeah, now he here.
Don't be hating. Don't be hating. When nature calls, you have to answer. I ain't got no control of that. I knew what time I was supposed to be here. Evidently, it didn't know. My nature didn't know what time I needed to be here. Anyway.
If y'all don't mind liking this video.
How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all for stopping by. You know, it's your man, I'm different. I'm trying to figure out, wait a minute. What side is the camera on?
It's in the middle.
Oh, messing up. I'm looking for the video here. Okay. Gotcha. That's why. Anyway, hope y'all doing well out there. You know, you're just coming through. Kind of give y'all I believe you told them already. Give them the background story.
Yeah.
Okay.
How we met, stuff like that. I titled it Middle School Sweethearts because we are middle school sweethearts.
Pretty much.
And but it was just a lot of off and on. Like, we didn't stay consistently together since middle school.
It don't matter. I guarantee you ask half of the people that call themselves sweethearts, they had some cut-offs.
I wasn't saying it like that.
I know,
I was just saying it was the reason that we need to tell the story.
Oh, okay. I guess. Well,
developing mind. Hey, girl.
How y'all doing?
We just getting started, so you ain't missed nothing, sis. I'm sleepy. I done ate this spaghetti, and I done got sleepy.
Oh, you don't call that itis.
Oh my gosh! But I'm gonna bring that energy like no other. You know, like no other. I did share us out already, and if you are able to share us out, let everybody know we are live with Junebug in the back.
Like you just notice every time. No. We ain't got time for that, homie.
Texas said we need both sides of the story.
We could try to give you the best.
We're gonna give you both sides as much as I know. Like I can remember. But
yeah, because middle school was a long way out. Like I can say we dated, you know what I'm saying, in middle school. But that changed because the biggest thing happened. She went to a different high school. So
Yeah.
that's why we didn't stay together in middle school. So,
But we ain't got there yet.
Then where we starting at?
In middle school, I want to talk about how I was.
I mean, that is kind of vague.
It's not. I remember my part.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me talk about my part. Okay, so I remember we was in, I think it was like
Pet rally
a
or
pet
something.
rally or
Yeah.
some type of function that we was all in the gym. Okay.
Yep.
And I remember once it was over, like all the classes kind of like mushed together. You know what I'm saying? Like we was like, we wasn't with our class. Like we were just kind of like scattered. So he caught me in the middle of the basketball court because it was in the gym, and he asked me.
He went in the middle. It was like on the side, by the door, because I was coming back from the concession stand. Kind of remember that. Hey, how you doing?
Did it about?
They say it both sides.
Well, yeah, that's his side. His side of the story was about a door, and I felt like it was in the middle. Well, it wasn't technically in the middle, but I do remember, people being around us, like just doing their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? And he came up to me and he asked me, would I be his girlfriend? And I was just like, I was so giddy. And I'm just gonna be real with y'all, just so y'all can really have some history on our relationship. Is that I had the hugest crush on this dude right here. Like in middle school, like just like how his hair is, he has that really good hair, but he kept it low, so he had these waves, and he was just cute. And what I'm saying, with your friends and stuff, we girls, you do like, oh, look at him right there, ooh. So I would have never, at that time, I just didn't see that he would ask me out. So I just want to talk, I want to express that part, what I'm saying, for the lady side, that, we was like, I was like head in the clouds. Head in the clouds. So yeah. So why did you ask me though? Did you really like me?
Was that
I mean, like, I'm not saying it
that
like
sounded
that, but
like a rhetorical question.
Not really like that, but like, you know what I'm saying, like.
Yes, I told you it was like, I can't remember. You did something sporty, and I think, like I said, it was running track, and I was like, yes, you run fast. I run fast too. We gonna run together. So you know what I'm saying? It was just
Thank you, developing
side, that athletic side. Bro,
okay.
Now you can't get in here, homie. You can't.
So just like he had said, we cannot. We both has had this talk, not just now, but just previous times. Like we literally cannot remember, what happened, like with the relationship. You know what I'm saying? I remember dating him, like, when we was in middle school. I remember doing the little giddy stuff, whatever we did as little young kids or whatever in school. Like, I don't know if I think I did come to his house like a couple of times.
I don't think you. I think I walked to your house.
Lord, see, I can't remember.
I think so. Because I remember going down that little cut, down that hill all the time.
Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, he remember walking to my house, but I remember because I used
to go to Bell Terrace. I used to go to the basketball court.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
But I remember, I used to hang with my brother a lot. And my brother used to, my brother used to drop me off somewhere if I wanted to get somewhere or whatever. Hey y'all, hey y'all! I'm super excited y'all here. So so yeah, so it was like, hey, Tam in here. Hey, Tam.
What's up, sis?
And like, I don't know, it was just like, it was what it was, but it wasn't like we broke up off bad terms. Like I never hated him. You know what I'm saying? All I know, we just weren't together anymore. Mm-hmm. By the time, we got out of middle school, like he said, I ended up having to go to a different high school. I don't even know why they changed the zones up like that, but he ended up going to a high school with all of our middle school friends. And I literally got cut off. Like, I was sad.
Yeah, it was. Hey, they say let it go and come back if it's meant to be. Hey.
Well, all high school, I couldn't find nobody really to date in high school. So I really didn't do too much dating in high school. I was doing a lot of band and step team, chorus. I was working. It was a lot. I can't even say I really dated in high school. I did other stupid stuff.
Right. Understood.
We'll talk about that on my channel.
Anyway, yeah. I did date in high school, so I think I was dating somebody I was going to church with, and then I had another. Was it one? Yeah, I had another girlfriend on the later side of high school days, because I was in that coming out of my nerd phase. Like I said, I was talking to our daughter the other day, and I was like, that was the elementary, middle school, AB honor roll, got to high school, got buck wild, basically. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to be buck wild, but I think somebody hit me with this quote, like, you book smart, you ain't street smarts. And I was like, oh, I ain't gonna be that way for long. You ain't gonna hit me with that. So that's when my mind got intrigued to figure out all I could figure out. So, you know, skipping school, all that other stuff everybody else is doing. Like, oh, I'm hip now. I'm doing it. Yeah. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Well, I do know there was another encounter. We had another encounter in 2006. And I think...
pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. You got to pump the brakes back to when we was in senior year. And I was in the band. She was in the band. You know what I'm saying? I was a drum major at the time. And I'm walking on the field. You know what I'm saying? And she over there. I notice her, but I'm in drum major mode. I see you, but I don't see you. So she always get on to me like, why you didn't notice? I noticed you, but I was in performance mode. I couldn't break character. We be serious when we be drum major. You know what I'm saying? I've got to control these people behind me. You know what I'm saying? So
let me tell y'all, I forgot all about that. Yeah, our senior year, like I didn't do, like I said, I didn't do band until my senior year. I got to my senior year, and I was a dancer girl. So we had a game at his high school, and so I'm on the field, right? Stop. And I know that.
No. Sorry, my bad.
I knew that once I had got to the Glen Hills football game, I knew that I was gonna see so many people, because
don't you touch it.
It was our senior year, and I knew all the seniors would be, my classmates from middle school. So once we got done with on the field, like the dancer girls, we was doing our little sway, you know what I'm saying, to get off the field. The drum majors was for his side.
He tested my patience, y'all. I'm sorry.
What did he do?
He just keep flicking the light on and off, but it's all right.
Well, so I was like getting ready to walk off the field, and he was in his stance, you know what I'm saying? Like the drum majors do, like they just be all serious and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we just got done performing or whatever. So we doing our sway, as we getting off of the field. And when I walked past him, I felt like being that it's so many years ago, just as close as I am with him right now, I felt like I went past his face like that. Like it was like I was this close. I really felt like I was that close. I could have kissed him. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw him, I was like, oh my God, like in my head, I was like, oh my God, like that was Demetrius. Like, because I have not seen him since middle school. So it was like I was in my head the whole entire time. We get back on the stands, and you know how dancing girls, we are, we do our stadium routines, the seat routines. Man, I could not keep my eyes off of him like the whole time. Like, which one is him? Which was it? Because y'all had like 5 drum majors. We had like 2, but we still it was 2 good bands. I'm not even gonna lie. Like hands down, I feel like I went to a high school where we was called the Sonic Boom of the South, but it just trickled down over the years after that original director left. So when my year was the last year that band had ever been anything, I'm just gonna be honest, because it ain't nothing. But at that time, Glen Hills was like neck and neck with my high school as far as band goes. So they had a really, really good band, but they had 5 drum majors, and I tried to keep my eye on this one the whole entire time.
You're right, Tam. He is bugging me with this light right now. He really is.
He's bugging him.
And you like seeing the fan go around too. Yeah. But yeah, that was that encounter. So it was like I said, that's what she remembers. Like I said, I was trying to perform because, like she said, we was trying to compete for the title. So it was all no games, no nothing. You know what I mean? So it, like I was in that mode. So that is what it is. So okay, that was '04. So now I left military stuff. So yeah, I was gone. So then she said, yeah, back in '06, I was working at Wally World at the time. So yeah.
And if y'all don't know what Wally World is, it's Walmart.
I hope they know what Wally World is.
Well, some people don't, everybody, we got different states around here.
Walmart everywhere.
I know Walmart is everywhere, but do everybody call it Wally World? Do everybody call it Wally World? Y'all let me know. Developing Mind said, did you feel like you had to dance harder because he was watching you? When we got in the stands, yes. But when he was on the field, I knew he wasn't looking at me then, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, when we got back to, our side.
I was peeping.
Y'all gonna see this. I gonna see this. Okay. So yeah, when he got on his side, and they got back on their stand, and we got back in our stand. Yeah. I was making sure. I was. But yeah, so that little gap happened. Like you said, he went into the military. And in 2000, and we both graduated in 2004, and I went off to Brunswick Job Corps. I went to Job Corps, and I was there for like 6 months. I went there to get a trade, because I wasn't fortunate enough to go to college or whatever like that. But however, I did get a trade where it definitely set me into a new atmosphere. So that was like 6 months. So I graduated from there in 05, like literally, like we graduated in 04 and 05, I was right back out. And I had got my own place, my own spot. So every now and then I would go back home. I would go back home a lot because my parents were back home. So I always wanted to make sure I got back home. So I went back home in 2006, just visiting, because at that time I still was living in Brunswick. So I went back home to visit, and I don't know how I ended up at Walmart in North Augusta, because that's the one you was at. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how I ended up going to that one particularly, but I go in there, I go to the electronics section, and here's this dude, like, with these blue eyes. Like, he ain't got blue eyes right now because he has some contacts in. But he was killing. He was killing them.
Hey, how you doing?
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Look, everybody knew him by them blue eyes. Like, don't play with me. Ooh, but anyway, come back. But I know it wouldn't be nothing. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like, I when he looked at me, I was like, Demetrius, you know what I'm saying? And we locked eyes. We already knew. And I don't even think I left. I think you was getting ready to go get out. I don't know. Well, we didn't hook back up, but we hooked back up.
I guess. Yeah. Yes.
Lord have mercy. So yeah, so that was 2006, but it was brief because again, I ended up going back to Brunswick. I did not stay, in our hometown, and he was very adamant that he was not doing a long distance relationship. So
trust issues.
Yeah, I left. So I had to go back home. So we, that severed that. But 2006 turned into, I need to have my Facebook up, because my Facebook Messenger on my old account, I have messages galore of almost every.
Hey, how you doing?
Almost every year he reached out to me. Yeah, just checking up on me, trying to see where I was at.
You back yet? You back yet? Yeah.
But every time I did come home, I would try to come see him or whatever like that. Thought y'all was frozen.
Oh no.
What? Crazy.
When we looked at each other like that, we had to think about it. Think about it for a second. That's all.
But yeah, so I'm gonna have to skip some years, because the in between was only hookups. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They were hookups because I
not when
did
you
not
had
stay.
We dated for a while when you had the black car. I remember a couple of dates.
Yeah, because I was probably just visiting or something like that. Which
But we went to
when I first got the black car, I was staying at my mom's house for a while because I was working at Ross.
Thank you.
So we dated then, but
yeah, I remember some. She don't remember.
But that is vague to me because I was only back in Augusta for a little while. I'm just saying, I was only back in Augusta for a little while. So I was
vague to you? Okay. Yeah. She said it, y'all. She said
don't do that. But I was I want to get to just jump up a little bit to 2000 and
you man over here.
So much happened. 2000. When did you come up there? 2014.
No,
you came to Atlanta because I came here in 2015, so it was 2014.
It was that same year, wasn't it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, because you came up in 2014,
13, I came back from Florida, so yeah.
What's up, bro? Tay Weezy.
Yeah, so about 2014, give or take a year or two. Somewhere around that time frame.
Yeah. So 2014, I was staying in Atlanta then because I had done so much had happened. From me traveling, I was so adamant that I was not going to live in Augusta. So therefore, I ended up going to Brunswick to Little Rock, Arkansas. I stayed in Little Rock, Arkansas for 4 years. That's when I had my first marriage and I had my oldest daughter. So after that, I moved back to Georgia in 2012. Again, like he always reached out to me every year on Facebook, always checked up on me. So in 2014, when he checked up on me and he knew I was in Atlanta, it wasn't no checkup. He was like, I'm on my way. I was like, what? Like, it was like, yeah, I'm going to be in your area. No, but he had no reason to be in my area. He was coming to see me.
Oh, what you talking about?
Yeah. And I was like, what? So I don't know if you want me to tell this story or do you? What happened? Like, how did that all conjure up?
Well, okay. Well, like I said, it was a checkup. When I did find out she was close, I was like, okay, it's time to go visit, catch up, So the initial
plan, no game.
The initial plan was to go down there for my weekend. I had the weekend off, I think it was, you know what I'm saying? But I was in a A to B car, you know what I'm saying? But really the person I got it from should have told me it was just an A car because it wouldn't get me to no B. And that's what ended up happening. I'm traveling from here to Atlanta, and I didn't make it to Atlanta. So yeah, I broke down. He got
close though. He got really close.
Down.
You got in Kanye.
It was really, and I knew when the car was gonna break down too, because I was riding and it was this little dip, and I felt the bottom of the car slap the road, and I was like, okay, something messed up. And sure enough, something messed up. Like this car can't handle all that pressure. Yeah, but anyway, I broke down, so she ended up having to come scoop me up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my car stuck. You know what I'm saying? Where in Conyers, you said? Yeah, it was stuck. In Conyers. It was stuck there, and I'm just like, and that's why I try to tell her now that she always used to base our relationship or like now off of that whole week experience. Because like I said, it was supposed to be a weekend. I don't
do that no more.
And I know, but I'm just saying. That whole week experience was the basis of our relationship. Like you was a whole different person that week. And I had to explain to her, like, that was a week of vacation for me that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's different for everybody else, but vacation you is a little bit different than regular day you because you're not worried about stress and you're not worried about nothing. So you're just trying to enjoy your time. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to take my mind off the car. I was trying to take my mind off the job. I was trying to take my mind off everything. So I was just trying to have fun. And you know what I'm saying? That's what you got. You know what I'm saying? So now we got a different stage in our marriage and we kind of understand it. Like day-to-day life does kind of, you know what I'm saying, throw some jabs at you. And yeah, it ain't gonna always be spunky because she got a lot more spunk than I got. You know what I mean? So well, we better now. We better now.
We gonna talk about that.
We better not. Yeah, not right now. We just doing the introduction. So yeah.
We gonna talk about it.
Talk about what?
One day we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, okay. That's what I said.
But my experience on the other side was,
We was doing
Yes, it
everything.
does.
We was doing everything.
So-
Everything that I could think of because I'm trying to enjoy Atlanta. I'm like,
we did everything. And when I went and got
Carnival.
him, I was honored. What? I was not finna let him stay out there. You know, so I drove, and where I lived at the time was in Marietta. So that going to Conyers was almost like 45 minutes to an hour. Um, that's just because of where I particularly lived at in Marietta, and to get to Conyers and where he was located. So it was like 45-minute drive. So I was not gonna leave him out there or try to figure out, oh, what you gonna do? Like what? Like I wasn't thinking about none of that. And so I went and got him, and I remember him coming back to, you know, to bringing him back to my townhouse I had at the time. And Shania was probably like 5, I think she was. Was she like 5? Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think Shania was like 5. And
I was just thinking about her age.
Yeah. She's 14 now. But yeah, I think she was like 5 years old. And I remember, y'all, like, I'm just gonna be honest, I was trying to be on my best behavior. Okay.
She was on her best behavior.
This time. Okay. This time. Because I had seen him in so long, although we've had plenty of encounters, I really was at a place in my life where I just didn't want to manipulate whatever we was going to turn into without, you know, having sex involved. So I was like, really like letting him know up front, like I'm waiting. I was like, I'm waiting, and he respected it, and I really honored it. I honored it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I still was being a mannish man. I was trying every little show.
I don't remember that. I don't remember him trying like that.
I did rub on your booties and stuff, trying to.
I mean, you probably did, but I don't remember it being like intense, like it made me uncomfortable or anything like that. I know, right? I had to go get my man, girl. And so, but the whole time, like, that's why he was saying what he was saying. Like, you know, he was trying to digress about everything that happened. So he wasn't trying to be all like how it's gonna be when we married kind of be, you know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed him that week in such a way because his company was just, I don't know, like it was just so warming. I mean, because I still had to go to work. So when I would go to work, you know, he would be in the house, you know, on the phone trying to figure out how he was going to get the car fixed, or probably talking to his job or whatever the case may be. But he was there. And I'll never forget, which I still have the picture in my phone. Like if this was a whole video, I would put a clip of this stink bug that was on my car. And I don't like bugs, like no
to this
bugs.
Day.
And I mean, I'll fly or net, that's something, but I'm talking about any other. They annoy me. I don't get scared of them.
Okay.
But the stink bug was literally like on the outside of my windshield on my car. And I'm like, called him on the phone. I was like, can you come out here and get this stink bug out of my car so I can get out the car? Because if he was not there, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have climbed on the other side of the seat, passed the car, and got in the car. But because I knew he was there, and he didn't mind. He didn't mind. Nah, he get a whole attitude. I'll try to get him killed.
No, I don't get an attitude. I just be trying to get you to overcome your fear.
That ain't gonna happen. I'm 37 years old. I'm not gonna. But anyway, I just thought that was funny to mention because I still got this picture in my phone, and because I sent it to his phone, like sending him this picture, like this bug is on my car. You need to come out here and get me.
Yeah, that time I thought it was cute.
Developing myself, I understand the bug situation. I don't go near them either. Let me allow something I'll do. Okay, like I took a picture of the bug. Like I need help, get out the car. Like, but he did. He came and got the bug out. You know, I went on the inside, and I remember just talks we used to have. You know what I'm saying? Because we both used to.
What?
Did I say that?
I guess.
I mean, we don't do it anymore. But anyway, we both used to smoke. So I didn't smoke in my house. So he smoked something, I smoked something. Okay, 2 different things. But we had to be outside.
You might have to be specific with that because you're talking about 2 different things. People might get the wrong idea.
Well, what else can you smoke?
What? Crack pipes? Don't do that.
Oh, well, okay, my bad.
Right.
My bad. All right, so he used to smoke his little blunt.
420.
Whatever. I don't know. 420, marijuana, I don't know.
That's how I used to deal with my back then, I guess you could say I had PTSD, but I wasn't claiming it. You know what I'm saying? So that was my anxiety, all the in one calming medicine. So I was medicating. That's
You was
what it was. I was
medicating.
medicating.
Well, I smoked cigarettes. I was smoking cigarettes at the time. Was it Black and Mild?
Both.
I think I was smoking both. But I didn't smoke at my house. So I was outside on the front porch and we just had this awesome conversation. I would think for the first time, I think even him as a man, like if I had to share something with a woman, like a man is going to tell you what he wants. And it's rare to have a conversation with a man and he tells you, I am ready to settle down. I am ready to have family. I'm ready to have kids. I mean, he was on it. I mean, you would have thought that you was talking to a female because only we talk like that. But when you hear a man say that, you know he is right where you want him to be if you are ready to jump into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because not every man is going to talk like that. And I've been with a lot of men in my stupid life, okay? My other life was stupid. This life is blessed, but that was stupid. And the stupid life that I lived, okay, with these dudes, they are right off the bat, the conversation wasn't nothing like what we had. And I should have known then that they wasn't no good for me. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't even touched me this whole week, you know, but still was able to tell me what he wanted. And he believed that he wanted it with me. And
okay.
What happened?
No.
Oh.
No.
Did I miss something?
No, you didn't.
Oh. But but we went, he took us to the fair. I mean, he tried to do everything up under the sun to make sure that I didn't feel like he was stressed out. No. Even though I felt like I knew he was stressed out. And I was trying to make sure he wasn't. I don't know.
But I took Shania to a sock hop.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I felt like he was flowing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was flowing in a way that I would not feel that you were. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
That's what's up. Yeah, like we're gonna be straight up over here. We ain't candy coat nothing over here. And I remember when it was time for him to go back home, I was sad. I was sad because
me too. My vacation was over.
There was a part of me
real world was calling.
Felt like I wasn't gonna hear from him anymore. And that's sort of what happened. Why? Because he, like I said before, he don't do long distance relationships. But when I ended up taking him back to his car, I remember that my dad had me AAA, which is, you know, roadside assistance program. And I was able to use that, and it got him 100 miles towards, you know, Augusta, and he was able to drive it for the rest of the way. And so I
can't believe you remember that.
Yeah. So and so after that, like, it kind of went dead. It went dead for a while. And I'm talking about for a little while. From the time he was there, I want to say that was like September-ish, October-ish, because around the time the fair was in town. So it was like September, October 2014. July 2015, I had made the decision that I wanted to move back home, but it wasn't for him. I wanted to move back home for my parents. But I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say, I knew I was not gonna come back to Augusta. And I'm gonna say it on this video. Y'all gonna hear it from me. I didn't want nobody. Okay, I don't know if anybody might be watching this video and went to high school with us, went to middle school with us. And you heard it from me, okay? Yes, you. I did not want you or nobody else in Augusta, okay? Like, I was so adamant that I called him when I was at the U-Haul spot. And I was like, I think we was calling, or I called him and I told him, I said, I'm moving back to Augusta, and I just need you to know. You know what I'm saying? The rest is up to you, but I need you to know that your girl was about to be in Augusta, okay? Like, I'm moving back. And and it went up, it just went from there. Like, he started calling me more, and you know what I'm saying, because he knew all that. Oh, okay, I can move. I guess he felt like he could move forward now because he knew I was gonna be in town. And so we kept talking on the phone. And yeah, it was 2015 was the beginning of this. You know, that was the solid. But so you know, the 2015 is now 2022. Like, it has not been any breakups, nothing, severed the ties as much as it has been from middle school to 2015. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the story is so, interesting. I think I even told y'all a little snippets of that on the Awakened Woman series on Unique Speaks. Y'all go, yeah, y'all, all y'all family. But if you're catching the replay and you're not, subscribed to either one of our channels, we do have individual channels. I'm Unique Speaks and he is I Am Different. And on Unique Speaks, I did a Awakened Woman series and I talked about my Boaz. And as y'all can flow with us, this is my Boaz. And I just didn't know it for a very, 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 very,
that name
very
for
long
some
time.
odd reason. I'm sorry.
That was the man name.
I know it, but it just makes me want to think of broke ass. But just
what?
With his old Boaz.
Boaz is a good thing to a woman.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? He said that neck roll. Yeah, I did. But I'm just seeing the comment. So it's like 2015 to now has been the real journey of us. You know what I'm saying? Like if we would have made it, past from middle school to now, like we'd probably be so solid to be different. But everything was purposeful. I'm thankful that everything did work out the way it did, because if God just showed me that, oh, you met your husband in middle school, you just didn't know it. And he met his wife. You know what I'm saying? And we was passing by each other every time. And I'm talking about inseparable love. Love that you just can't make up. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of people that I've dated, but I wouldn't go back to nobody.
Okay. I got you.
What God has for you is for you. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the spiritual way to say it, instead of the society way when I say let the bird fly away if it's meant to be coming. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Y'all got any questions? I mean, I can only imagine, like, the questions my kids will have as they get older and they hear about our story. You know what I'm saying? Because on the outside looking in, I would have questions, especially when I was talking to my parents and I was hearing my parents' story. I had questions, what was you thinking, when you, like, how was it when y'all did finally get back together and stuff like that? Because like when I first came back here, a lot happened.
Yeah, 2015 was rocky. We can't knock it. It happened.
I ain't gonna knock it. Everything was purposeful. I mean, we're here today, so I can talk about every bad thing. Because where we are today, man, I could talk about every bad thing and not even cry. You hear me? I am not touched by nothing. My past is gone, and every day, even yesterday, if something happened yesterday, I don't know nothing about it. That's just how I move, really, now, because I'm living for today. I'm living for this moment. So I hold no grudges, no resentment. But you caught me last year about this time. I had all kind of resentment and guilt and all kind of anger, built up stuff.
Okay, that's the word.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that I feel like a lot of people don't realize is that you have these beautiful love stories and you don't know about the details. And so the children
try to make it seem like it's always been crispy.
Yeah, and all the young people who are not in relationships, they want to create that story, and it's just not gonna look like that. So, sorry, you know what I'm saying?
It can, but
what?
It can.
What can?
It can look like the bed of roses if you do it right. Maybe not.
Well, if you do it right, like according to God's way, God's way. That's the only way I can see it being a bed of roses. In the beginning, like that means you're not doing anything but getting to know each other. Right. And if I had advice, to give someone, that was in middle school or high school, just take it slow and,
be truthful. That's my biggest take. Being truthful about exactly what you want and stop expecting people to, what I'm trying to say, expecting them to know what you wanted, then get mad at you or mad at them for not doing what you expected them to do, but you didn't let them know. Like, you were supposed to do this, but you ain't never tell me that's something that you like. Like,
yeah,
I ain't know that was a requirement.
I think, that definitely rolls with that, being honest with yourself. Right. Again, my honest truth, unless somebody is truly coaching you in life, I don't see that happening now, because tradition of God's way has changed and been manipulated so much in this world. I do not see relationships turning out that way. I
You
do
know, people
know
would
and
be
aware of
failing right now if they actually went through the right way.
well, I'm not, they
No,
wouldn't fail.
I'm just saying that wouldn't. What I'm talking about, that they wouldn't see their relationship through because they're so worried about doing it the other way. Like, they want to test the car
Oh
before
well,
they
yeah. I mean,
drive it.
a lot of
All
things
that stuff.
would have came into play, but
Boy,
I
look
guess
at
it would have
here.
came on their strong will.
Mm-hmm.
I known of a lot of virgins, and they stayed alone for a while before they could get it
That's what I'm talking
together.
about.
You
You're
know what
right.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like get themselves together because you would meet someone that you was attracted to and want to grow with, but that person wasn't willing to wait. That person wasn't willing to do the same thing. So that compatibility is very hard nowadays because everybody is kind of like doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to be that woman that waited and your husband might not didn't wait. And so that's gonna be hard, you know. I wouldn't even say that we had our transition in our relationship where that needed to have transition that needed to happen, but I don't feel like I fulfilled it. Then that was just my faith. That's just me, my relationship with God. But at the same time, like if I had to tell a person, about before they were in a relationship, I was like, just like he said, be honest. Talk about what you like, what you don't like, what you want, what you desire. But if you do not know that for yourself,
oh yeah,
if you do not know that for yourself, you don't need to be in a relationship.
And you can't make nobody else happy if you ain't happy.
Exactly.
So
and people might, and there's a lot of us walking amongst us every day that think they're happy. They think that, oh, I know what I want. I know this and I know that, until you get with your significant other or that person you're dating and you find out that something's not compatible or something is not meshing. But it's probably not meshing because you don't know who you are. And it might be something that you can do, but you haven't tested that. You don't even know what that feels like. And so I just really, really feel like for myself, I am going to be teaching my 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, some real life stuff out of this household. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I already told my daughter, I said, if you want to date, please let me coach you through it. Because your emotions going to be all over the place. You're going to be curious. You're going to want to do all kind of silly stuff that's not going to lead you nowhere good.
Oh, and I'm in there right behind her, like, you better ask me, because I'm gonna tell you what that boy really means.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that we would have had so many craziness in our relationship if so much hadn't been so much in between us. Like if we was just innocently dating, I just don't see it being so hard. I feel like we had a lot of hard situations that came up. Now that y'all are on this side of your journey, what's the top 3 pieces of advice you would give and on a successful marriage? I'm gonna let him go first.
I think me is on the communication part of it. When y'all in a disagreement, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't got the right words to say, you know what I'm saying, first of all, like if we go for both parties, if you ain't got the right words to say, you know what I'm saying, go cool off, wait a second, you know what I'm saying. And then 2, on the flip side of that, know that your partner is not against you. I think that was like the biggest one of us, knowing that I may be mad at you, but you know what I'm saying, I mean well, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not the enemy, or don't treat them like the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that oneness has to be there. So if there's a disagreement, just let it be a disagreement, but do it with a calm mindset. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I know about me being very irritable. Sometimes I'm like, look, man, I can't talk about this right now. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute to spew. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll come back and try to adjust it, because you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna get none accomplished, both of y'all yelling, arguing, and then especially too, I don't think we never did call each other out each other's name, but I know that happens. You know what I'm saying? So that's one.
If you was talking to a man, what else would you tell him? Because honestly,
right, yeah, because it's two different sides.
I think together we can talk about the couple, but I think we should address both sides of this, because
so that was one, working on the communication properly. 2, I would say be genuine in your caring. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the things I learned too. Not doing something for like a tit for tat or taking a tally. and throwing it back up in the face. Well, I did this for you. You owe me this, or whatever. Not even saying owe me, but you should be doing this, not doing a tally. And let me stop shaking the table. But you know what I'm saying, throwing stuff back in their face. I do this, I do this, I do this, I do this, you know what I'm saying? So that would be one. And then another one would be just trying to actually keep the fun, you know what I'm saying? So that's something with me being a homebody. I know she likes to go out, you know what I'm saying? That compromise has to be there, you know what I'm saying? So being willing to, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's all about give and take, you know what I'm saying? Some days, you know, I'm giving you everything that you need, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, and then vice versa to be, I think they'll be more willing to do things that you ask. So just learning that give and take aspect of it. So that'll be three. Communicating, give and take, being positive about that. And then what was the second thing that I said? I forgot already.
The last one you just said?
I said the last one second.
You said the give and take?
I said give and take last, but I forget what I said second.
Working
and not being for tit for tat. Yeah, that one. So gotcha.
So for me, talking to a woman, you know, that's married, is that the question, right? 3 pieces of evidence what giving a successful marriage. Mm-hmm. For a woman is to always find time for self. Always find time for self, because when you get married as a woman, which I had to learn, and which if y'all been walking with me on the Awakened Woman series, you already know we got some real nuggets, and y'all wait on that book because it's on the way. But the one thing that I realized in a marriage that I didn't know was that you got to take care of yourself, because we as women are the givers. We are the nurturers. We are the comforters. We are everything that a man needs. We're so important. We're so valuable. And because of that, we have to take care of ourselves so we can continue to show up and give. And so my advice would be to make sure that you take care of yourself in every area, mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying? So you are able to show up for your man when he really need it. We're like night and day. So I really honestly believe as a woman that if you can't show up for him, that's when infidelity comes in. That's when cheating come in. That's when a man, he's yearning for something else because you're so depleted. You're so poured out. You can't give him nothing anymore. And I also want to tag on to that is to be aware of how God created you. I feel like that was my advice, because marriage comes from God. If you wasn't married and you ain't believing, you know, you just walking down the aisle and putting a ring on, God is nowhere in the room. But if you realize that when you get married, you're making a covenant with the person you married and with God. And God is holding you accountable to what he created you for, which is a woman. And a woman is to stay in her place. And you don't know how to provide to that man or be there for that man if you do not know why God created you in the first place. So I have to say all that to say that you got to know your placement. You know what I'm saying? As a woman. If you don't know your placement as a woman, you're going to trample over the man and you're going to lose that man. Hands down. You can't act like no know-it-all, okay? You can't act like everything got to go your way.
But that goes both ways, because I was going to piggyback off of that too. Like, I know that's something with me, and they even trying to be an effective leader. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to listen to, you know what I'm saying, the people that you are leading. So it just can't be all your decisions, everything, you know what I'm saying, strictly by your rules and your books when you leading or families, you know what I'm saying? I got to take into everybody's feelings into account and try to make the best choices of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I have that, I think I had a conversation with them sometimes, like sometimes I'm going to make decisions that are going to really tick y'all off, or y'all not going to be fully involved with, but I'm not saying that is the written in stone type thing. And I think that's one thing I think she allowed me with her grace, and I'm thankful for it, that sometimes she'll, if she see me about to make a mistake that's going to be detrimental to us, she'll speak up. But sometimes if I do make one, she'll let me make my mistake, and then I'll be like, okay, baby, what you think we could do different this time? You know what I'm saying? That just helping us build that foundation. You know what I'm saying? I seen that too. Texas Harlot said her main ones are healthy communication is one. Number 2, understanding the love language of your partner, right? And 3, keeping God in the center. Yep. And then a close runner up is continue to date each other. Yeah,
Yeah,
that part.
those are good. Those
Yeah.
are good advice for couples. And I think our mindset how we're answering this is because our growth is like on a whole nother level right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're hitting the details before I honestly, Texas, like I agree 100% with you, but I could not agree with you until I got to this mindset that I'm at now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That self-care and knowing my placement as a woman. I would not be able to even understand your statement. And I'm being straight up with you. When you are broken, when you are lost, and you have things that you have not dealt with in your past, that would be, I would cry. I would have cried.
For which one?
All of them. Because healthy communication wouldn't have known what that looked like. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Healthy communication. I've been trying to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Or
that neck roll.
Understanding the love language. Love language. What? He ain't figured that out yet?
Right.
He ain't figured that love language out yet?
I used to hate that.
And then,
I'll be honest.
No, wait, I was like, keep God at the center. What? I did. He didn't. Okay? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, and then continue to date. I always wanted to go date. He always want to play the game. Like, I am being honest. We are coming from the foundation. There is a foundation that got to be built before we can even take in good advice about a marriage. And that is real, because I wish somebody would have told me. I wish, instead of just telling me, kind of giving me advice like that. Texas, that is awesome advice. Mm-hmm. But I got that advice a long time ago, and it did not look like that.
What I was gonna say, the biggest thing I can remember going back, like when I was trying to be like, because I'm speaking for the men, you know what I'm saying? Because I watched a short the other day about how when men do try to communicate, a woman will pick out that one word or one phrase that you put in there and miss the whole message. You know what I'm saying? Even though that one word was important, but his message was not related to that one word that they just stuck with. And I remember I used to ask her all the time, was like, I would want to know what you were looking for from me. And she would be like, if I got to tell you, then I don't need to be. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now, like, I ain't supposed to just know off the top of my head everything that you like and need. You know what I'm saying? If I can't ask you what you expecting from me, how am I supposed to just come up with it on my own? And that used to worry me all my time, because I'd be like, if I come up with this on my own and come up with the things that I think I should be doing for you, and it's not the right thing for you, that means I'm becoming somebody that's not compatible for you. So I always thought that was funny to me. Like, I can't ask you what you're looking for from me, but okay,
Which you've learned that there are things that a woman, like if I had to talk to you men out there from a woman's point of view, okay, don't ask that woman what she wants. Okay, she wants you, authentically you. You know what I'm saying? I'm being straight up. He understands that now, and he's still growing into that as we're both growing into our new season. Hey, what's up, Frank G? I am still
lost when it comes to relationship.
And you getting it right here. Getting it right here. If I can tell a man anything from a woman's point of view and what I've learned, okay, off of even the little experience that we got, but I'm telling you guys, does great things, and I gotta have 50 years under my belt to get this wisdom. You understand? It's coming straight from God. I'm telling you, stay authentically you.
Right.
This is why I opened up saying what I said, to take care of yourself. I am old as dirt. I don't understand. You don't understand, right? You finna get these. I'm telling you. No, you just what you just said.
Right.
Just what you just said. I am old as dirt. Own it. Own that.
That's the thing about it. You can't, like we were saying, you got to make yourself happy. You got to find your comfort zone, and then once you do that, somebody's gonna be drawn to you.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? That's the
like the moment that we try to fit the mold, it's the moment that we fail.
Right.
We truly do. I am my authentic self now, and I'm growing even the more into my authentic self, that now when he still adores me and still gravitates to me and still love on me, I know he is loving me and not the hurt me, not the one that the hurt had to build in me, not the one that had to manipulate my mindset to show up in a way that I thought I had to show up. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you don't stand in your truth,
right,
you are going to be detrimental to yourself and the entire relationship. So all I'm saying is to be Be authentically you.
Now, on the flip side of that, I would say, like, I don't know if he's, Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the ballpark of trying to understand women, I think that aspect we are never going to be able to understand.
It's not meant to.
But in the thing about, you can learn your partner, or you can learn the person that you're trying to be with. If you know you're doing something and then they whole mood change, you know what I'm saying? You can be like, okay, what did I just do to actually, that's what something I had to learn too. Like learning the little things that I've done to like tick her off or her whole mood change. And then I'll come back. I may not directly talk about it, but I'll be like, if there's something that I can do a little bit different that won't, you know what I'm saying, trigger you that way, or, you know what I'm saying, mess up your mindset, because I thought it was okay, but, you know, so like I said, you in a relationship, so sometimes you got to check with your partner, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, check in.
You know, so
you got to check in. But like you just said, you know, like you're not going to, you know, you're not going to know women
right,
the way that you think you're going to know them. No. And that has been manipulated in such a way that's why women have been trying to fit a mold, and that's why men try to figure it out. We have no originality. We all put in one basket together and got men jacked up out here in these streets. You understand what I'm saying? Men are thinking, oh, all women want this. And so men literally go in that motion like all women want this. And that is not the truth. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that another woman wanted. You know what I'm saying? And you may show up that way and you're going to turn me off. Right. Because that ain't me. But I mean, it would have caught me back then. Why? Because I was trying to fit in who every woman was trying to do. So the whole manipulation is everywhere in such a way that's why I'm still going to lead right back to where I started. Know who you are. Yeah. Sit in who you are. Don't try to fit in nothing else. Don't try to fit your mentality into anything else. Just be who you are in such a way where if you don't like something, you just don't like it. And you ain't got to like it. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the part. He's speaking. And that's the part that I feel like a lot of us mess up at. Like we feel like we got to like something, or I got to compromise. No, there's a way to compromise without giving in. Because the only yourself. Yes, because the only person gonna be uncomfortable is you. And that's not fair. And that's why relationships have so much bickering and stuff, because you feeling like, oh, I got to do this all the time. Why I got to do this? I'm always showing up. I'm always this and I'm always that. No, you only doing that because that's your problem. That ain't my problem. That, you know what I'm saying? So all I could just say, Frank, to be honest with you, there is a woman that wants you for who you are. Yeah. The way you make your sandwiches, the way you organize your pantry.
That's funny because you actually say that to me before. Baby, you make my sandwich so good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. But it's the small things. But we fixate our minds thinking that we got to be some certain look and like and be and just the it don't look like that. But that is why we had the hardest part of our relationship, because we was learning from freaking TV, social media.
Oh my goodness, we don't even want to get into that.
Hey, but it's real.
Yeah, especially what was that show we was watching? Love at First Sight or Married at First Sight? Yeah. And them people going through them not 6 months, but them 2 months relationships and stuff. Man, oh man.
We was trying to learn.
Get that fairy tale stuff out your head, bro. Oh my God.
I say that.
Like, it's nothing wrong to create, you know what I'm saying, the happiness between the relationship, but that fairy tale stuff, man, they be trying to put us on a pedestal. And that's the thing that used to get me. Like, I think we had that conversation. Like, you see how in movies and stuff, the man is always courting, or he's always doing a romantic gestures and da-da-da. But I still I always say, babe, he's still doing it to do one thing. He doing all. That's the thing about it. The woman likes to be taken out on a date. The woman likes to get gifts. The woman like to get treated like this. But he's just gonna do all of that in his game book to do what? So she can drop off guard, so he can get what he really wants. Yeah. You gotta. Don't be genuine no more. You know what I'm saying? That, as they say, the player's handbook. You know what I mean? That if it's in a player's handbook now,
the player's handbook need to be tossed out and replaced with the Bible. Needs to be replaced with the Bible. Okay. You know, Frank, and then I believe, like, you know, like I said, I believe, like, just watching, you know, Frank G's channel, you know, he is so authentically himself right now because he's by himself. And only advice I would give a single person would be to stay there. Stay there.
Love and authenticity. Most people want the wedding, but not the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, say that. The glamour, the glimpse, all that. Yep.
Yeah. And then they don't even know. And you're going to spend all that money, looking all gorgeous and all of that other good stuff, and you're going to be in divorce court a month later.
Oh, man.
Like, it's real. And I can understand it now more now than I was before. But that's why we have them people in wisdom who's been married for 50 years. Mm-hmm. And they got stories to tell. Why? Because they had to work out them 50 years out of manipulation.
All right.
They are now jailed together because they had to work for the first 5-10 years. They were coming out of manipulation.
One more important fact about relationships. Stop putting people in your relationship. What I mean by that is, you don't like that. You don't like that decision, son? That was a bad one.
Shania.
Oh boy, I just changed you, homie. Hold on. Come on here. Mm-hmm.
Potty. You should have said potty.
You just did that.
We're gonna work on
it. You just did that. Speech. But what I mean by that is, don't be telling your homegirl or trying to get certain advice from everybody outside the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing you're doing is building a wedge. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got your friends looking at your mate a certain way now, or vice versa. Males. I got it. Okay. Like, you don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff should be handled in-house. Now, if you need advice, it should be both of y'all together going to one neutral source. Now, I'm not against that part, but it's like going behind your back or the partner's back, you know what I'm saying, telling everybody else all the juicy information. Now the whole streets know what's going on in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? All that does is drive wedge because you going out with your friends and trying to mingle, but they giving you the side eye. And you're like, why are you looking at me like that? Because you did my friend like this. You're like, wait a minute. You don't even know what she did to me. And that's when that, you know what I mean? Like, so you keep people out your relationship. You know what I'm saying? I always tell all the time, I don't care about nothing but these four walls. These four walls, you know what I'm saying? If we need help now, which we've gotten better at, we know that we can go get help together, you know what I'm saying? And not one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's not nobody that you know you can't confide in. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's going to be equal to both sides of the relationship. So
yeah. And that was one of my biggest mistakes, you know, that, you know, I did confide in other people for myself. And I really believe that was one of my biggest mistakes as a woman, because women, I believe that, you know, just as men, though, I take that back. Because we both you know, slip up. And
I just ain't got that many male friends, so I wasn't doing it. So.
And I would talk to people, and what they would say truly did get in my mind, and I couldn't really think clear for myself. You know, I heard my own thoughts, but then I heard what somebody was trying to advise me to do. And not saying, because they're not in that relationship, they don't know every detail to advise you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you can't get every detail when you only got one party, you know? And that's why it's very important to have both parties. I can advise a couple now, because as long as I have y'all both there. But if you come to me and you want to talk about you,
like, then we can have that conversation. I gotta attest to that, because she'll say that all the time. She's like, this ain't about him. I'm talking about you right now. So like, I don't hear her say that.
Yeah, because I know that now as a life coach, I can't coach the person you mad at. If that person you mad at is not in front of me and I'm coaching y'all both, I cannot tell you what to do for that person, but I can tell you what to do with you. And that is something I had to just, you know, learn, and after studying and really realize that the person's mentality and their belief system is what's created the whole entire behavior of it all. You tripping about how he's showing up, but you ain't tripping about how you showing up. That's the problem. Let's talk there. You know, but the people who don't know, you know, if you're speaking out of a term of friendship, or you're just a sister or a brother, or you're an auntie, or, you know, just you're a person that you haven't took the proper training on how to, you haven't took the training. I'm not saying like I'm just some professional guru here, but what I'm saying is that if you are a person that I love you and I'm gonna give you the best advice I can give, you're not gonna think to focus on the person who's talking to you. you're going to immediately speak out of emotion and be like, you know what? He was wrong for doing that. And you should have been like, maybe you next time you need to do this. But really, you can't even say that because you don't know the whole situation. So I asked more questions. So what did you do? And why, and what made you do that? And how did that make you feel? You understand what I'm saying? Because these are the type of conversations you have when you're trying to talk and help with that one person. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. And as a person, I know that I easily did it all the time. I went and talked to people that I should not have talked to, because when I was talking to them, they didn't know how to shut me up. I should have been talking to you about me, but I'm talking to you about him. And so the only advice you can give me is now it makes me, okay, so you against me or for me? You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we ain't even focused at the problem that's at hand. The person who came to you is the first problem. Why are you coming to me anyway? Why are you here? Because he get on my nerves. Okay, and so why he getting on your nerves? Because this is going to be always about you all the time. But that was my mistake, and I will always advise someone that if you want to talk about your relationship, you better make sure you going to somebody that know what they're talking about, because you will find yourself conflicted. You won't even hear your own thoughts. You be like, is that my thought? Is that something I'm supposed to be doing? And you be so confused, just so confused, because you have so many different opinions in your head now instead of your own. You can't even hear God because you hear everybody else's opinion in your head. About to eat with the fam. Gotta drop off and enjoy this message. Okay, sis, appreciate you. What's your name? Who are you?
I think she was too rough with her.
I'm gonna be rough with her. I appreciate you, Texas, for being in the room. You eat with your family. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And y'all, this was some really good conversation
from you too.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? This is a really good conversation. And this is for married and single, because we've been single.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? We had to, you know what I'm saying? We had to get through these stages in life, you know what I'm saying? And it's not always peaches and cream. And the best that, like I said, the best anything else, because I don't even think I finished my 3, but I think my main one took all 3, to be honest with you, because you got to just love yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to, just got to know who you are. And like I said, if I could go back and tell myself in 2015, not all the way back to middle school, but the 2015 when I really got with him, that would be the advice I would tell myself. Was like, really know who you are, girl, because if you don't, this is about to really blow up in your face. And I was, while in the midst of getting to know him, I was trying to get to know myself, which made things so much more chaotic. And likewise, he was trying to get to know me as he was trying to get to know himself. You know what I'm saying? And that just made it's hard enough to get to know one person. You're trying to get to know 2 people at the same time, and one of them is you. So, and once I know, like, everybody don't have to go to a life coach or a therapist to find out, who they are. But I do believe that you have to be, in a place where you're comfortable. You're comfortable with who you are. You know what you like. You have dissected that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that June book. You have dissected that thing to the T, where if you met somebody, you would not change. Like when somebody say you was gonna go on a date, you was gonna pull out your best jeans and a t-shirt if that's what you wear. You wouldn't be trying to dress like how people say you're supposed to dress on a date. If you know you ain't finna dress like that every day, don't do it. Don't do it. And that's females too. If you know you ain't gonna keep yourself up like that, don't do it for the dates. Show up the way you know you're gonna show up, just like you would show up every day without him. You know what I'm saying? Be authentically you.
Amen.
So, but I would like to just say that everything that Texas said, I would give that advice to people who are past 10 to 15 years of marriage. Because I feel like after you get through the rough parts, you know what I'm saying, you forget to go back to the loving parts.
Oh, yeah.
Because the rough part was so rough. Now you're just trying to stay at peace. Like, look, I ain't trying to move. I'm just trying to... You know what I'm saying? But you got to go back to that, good communication. so you can keep that growing relationship with each other. The date nights, keeping God in the center. It was something else that she said, like all those things.
Communicate.
I,
Date
um,
nights.
I would say to a person after 15 years, after you done got all the kinks out, go back to that happy place. Go back to that place that, that where you first met him,
Right, dude.
And
You
next
doing all that,
May 19th, next year will be 5 years. And I'm truly hoping that we will be renewing our vows. And a lot of people, some people do it at.
No, I'm just
I was like, huh? But usually people, I think, wait, sometimes they do it at 5 years and some people do it at 10. And I feel grateful, you know what I'm saying, to get to my 5th year and have gotten through some of the hardest hurdles. I do know that some people make it to 11, 15 years and then they eventually divorce. You know what I'm saying? Because they could not get those kinks out, but I'm in a different headspace, okay? I'm in a different headspace for myself. I can't speak for him. He is his own person. Oh. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I know that I've seen him grow, but I'm saying for me, I know I'm in a different headspace. I know I'm going to show up different. I know but have a belief system of who he is in my life and who I am to him. You understand what I'm saying? As you're going to hear me say, I'm going to keep saying I, because I can only speak for myself. The moment you begin to speak for the other person is where you slipped up. You slipped up because you're going to critique and you're going to try to construct and you can't. Like, this is me in spirit, but he is physically not me. So I can't make him do anything that I would do. He can't show up like I would show up. He ain't gonna do something the way I do it. And so if I'm only focused on, if I'm only focused on myself, then this is the only thing I can critique and hold accountable to. I can't hold him accountable. What that's gonna do? Create anger, bitterness, resentment. And that's the reason why I say what I say. And a lot of people it ain't gonna hit a lot of brains the way that it needs to unless they really listen to what I just said about 5 million more times. Because our minds are literally constructed to look at things a totally different way. You communicate so they can understand. He communicates me so I can understand, so I can show up the way he needs me to. And that's a decision. Right. And if I decide not to, he can only be mad at that. Okay, either you put up with it or you have not maneuvered on how you want to deal with me not showing up that way. You can't be mad because I'm not. Because that's a whole conversation for another day. I'm just being dead serious with you. Because you're never going to get to the bottom of it. I don't want to. I just feel like I don't want to. But I don't understand why you don't want to. Because I don't. And so you just mad at that person because they don't want to do something instead of you dealing with yourself. What can I do different then? Okay, this person is telling me that they're not going to do this, or that I got to do something different. If I love that person, I got to do something different, because all you're going to do is bicker and fight, and then resentment comes in. I mean, I keep going right back to the same thing. Like, I'm gonna stop talking because you're fine. I just know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to put that out by the end of this whole show, that we are not perfect. We have our middle school sweetheart story, but I'm so happy that we got to these details, because the sweetheart story can manipulate a young person's mind. And next thing you know, they want to get married and have all these kids and stuff like that, and be like, what the world I done got myself into? If I had to be honest with you all, I love my husband. But if I knew marriage was the way that it is right now, I would not got married at the time I did. I'm not saying I wouldn't have been married to him, but I wouldn't have got married at the time I did, because I was not ready to be married.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think right now at this point, I could probably listen to a couple and tell them they don't need to be married. I'm serious. The moment you open your mouth and say he, or he open his mouth and say she, y'all need to get married. Y'all don't need to get married, because you haven't gotten that culture yet. You haven't gotten to where you need to be. And the whole relationship is going to be set up off of that. You got to go in knowing that you are only in control of you.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the relationship perfect. That's what makes that relationship everything it needs to be. because y'all are on one accord, because y'all are being y'all selves. Y'all are meshed together because y'all have learned each other in such a way you know how to move around. You know you ain't gonna make him mad because you know that makes him mad.
That part.
Don't do that. You know, like I'm not gonna do that because that makes her mad.
Pushing people's buttons,
like when you know that person says what they say and they mean what they say, you know, okay, he said he don't like that, so I'm not gonna make him like it. If he say he don't like it, he ain't gonna like it. Stop cooking it. If he say he don't, if he say he tells me I don't go out like that. All right, well I'm going out by myself. I'm gonna stop asking him. That's all. I'm not finna be all we all here arguing and stuff because he don't take me out. This man already said he don't like going out, but he does take me on dates, y'all. I'm not gonna put that out, but I'm just saying, like hanging out. Like I can leave the house almost every day if I could. If I had, you know, the means to really do, I'll be out the house every day. I don't care if I was window shopping. Okay, like I love to just get out and about. But if he didn't tell me, oh, I'll do it. Yeah, sure, I'll do it. You know, I'm like, yeah, and then next thing you know, he done created an avenue he didn't even know he created. You know, if you knew you didn't want to come shopping with me, you knew you didn't want to hang out with me, you should have stayed at home. But now you done did all of this with me for past 2 years, and now all of a sudden you don't like it. Make it make sense. You never did like it. You was just trying to do something that I would like, and now it's done backfired on you. Mm-hmm. So Frankie, if that makes any sense, I hope that makes sense to you now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do nothing because a woman says she want it. That might not be for you. If she say, oh, I love when a man does, and you know you don't do that,
right?
Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Run.
If you know you ain't gonna be fit for it, don't even try. Don't
try. You only person gonna be uncomfortable is you.
Yep. And then your uncomfortableness gonna make her uncomfortable because it's gonna show up. It's gonna show up.
Yes,
and she say, my face tell me up.
Mine obviously do too.
Yeah, yours.
Because he be like, "What's wrong? What I do?"
Yup. Yeah. Face giving
what I do.
Time.
I'm like nothing.
Yep.
And I say nothing on purpose. I say nothing on purpose because I really have to dissect what just happened. If I'm upset about something he did, I have to dissect. Why am I upset? Why am I upset in the first place? Do you really want to speak on that? You know what I'm saying? I have to look at myself in the mirror like, do you really want to speak on that, girl? Because you know you could have did something different. And next thing you know, I don't need to say nothing to him. Because there is nothing wrong. It's just me.
You used to do that all the time. Baby, we finna go here. All right, I'm coming. Knowing good and well, I'd rather set my butt out.
And I couldn't stand when he did that. Yep. Because it was still show.
Then the whole trip, she mad at you ain't showing up right.
And
don't want to be.
And he's showing up right because he really don't want to be there. And I would have rather, I'm telling you, I would have rather him stay at home, stand in his truth, and said, no, I don't want to go. I'd be like, okay, see you later when I get back. Right. I would have kissed him. I would have done everything he probably would want me to do.
Right.
But now we can't do the things that he would want me to do, like loving on him and, or whatever, because I'm upset. You done showed up to this whole function jacked up. Mm-hmm. So, that's real stuff right there. That was some real stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, just us talking, you know what I'm saying? I felt like, talking to them about, everything. Okay. It just, like, brought even more awareness on some things.
Mm-hmm. Always. You know what I'm saying?
I hope y'all enjoyed this conversation. Yeah. And Frank G said it does make sense. And that is what I love to hear. For you to come in here, Frank G, and say that you do not understand, relationships and stuff like that. And for us both to try our best, to break that down. Yeah. Because, we're no experts, but we when I tell you that God is doing some wonderful things in us, and I cannot take credit for this. I would not be able to sit in here and say any of these things if you would have asked me this last year. Or even 6 months ago. Yeah. I'm just being real.
Probably beat around the bush a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been faking.
That part.
I'd have been a whole fake girl over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought I was trying to show up a certain type of way. Man, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Now this is what you get. And that's why Unique speaks to talk about what you're talking about. Because
and put my cologne down.
I'm me, and I don't candy coat nothing. I listen to my viewers. If my viewers say I want to see something like this, I'm gonna bring it to you, but it's still gonna be Unique Speaks way. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Like I'm no longer trying to fake something to make it anymore. And I couldn't stand when I used to hear a whole. Yeah, I was about to say something else. When I used to hear somebody in the ministry say that, fake it till you make it. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that.
No, I didn't agree with that when I heard it.
But I did because I didn't know no better.
No.
But don't ever fake it. You will be. Oh my gosh.
Now, in the sense of holding your tongue or something, if they would have said something like that, you know what I mean? Because
because that's not faking. You
right.
That's self-discipline.
Yeah, there you go.
That's self-discipline. But faking it like that's fake. No, you only person gonna be uncomfortable is
something
you.
That I know I'm not. No,
yeah,
can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. That's when resentment.
You gotta be true to that person that's in the mirror and get at everybody else. You know what I mean? That's that thing. You know
so y'all, I don't know. I think we should do this like every week and just have like relationship conversations because it seems like but it seems like it's very needed and necessary, in this season. That's just what I'm hearing in the spirit. That it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter how long you've been married. I believe God will use anyone to speak to whom He needs to speak to get the message across, so we're all able to live the full lives that He said that we were supposed to be living. He said, I'll give you life to live it more abundantly. But a lot of us are not living it abundantly because we just didn't know. Nobody's giving out instructions and talking about the details. The details matter. The details matter where all vulnerability is set down. You know what I'm saying? No more candy coating it up. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me what this needs to look like, or I'm not going to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? See, when you hear that side, I will that person. Frenchie, I don't want to misunderstand what you just said. I don't want to misunderstand what you're saying. You probably was typing fast. Because I do that all the time. But yeah, y'all, I think we're gonna do this probably like once a week. Just have these conversations, especially to answer questions, and especially if y'all know that we're gonna give it straight up with no chaser. You know what I'm saying? Raw, uncut, way that you need it, the way that you deserve it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can live a successful life, have a successful marriage. This ties into individuality as well as couples, because you have two people here at the end of the day. Yes, we're married, we're joined in one in the spirit, but we're still two people, two individuals. And so I believe that we're going to bring that authenticity every week if we can do it.
You looking at me for confirmation?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I don't mind.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes. But that was said, and I'm not gonna exploit nobody, but it was said, and it really taints the whole experience of whatever you're trying to experience. If you try to fake it, you will never make it.
Right, because you ain't gonna do that but make yourself mad when you don't actually turn out that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you were supposed to go down a different path in the first place.
Yeah.
So
you can't make yourself like something.
That, oh my goodness.
You can't make yourself like something.
Ouch.
Now
either you going or you're not going.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And that's the same thing with, like either you gonna follow God's way or you're not. There's nothing in between. So there's no reason to fake. Either you want to serve Christ or you don't. Because if you don't want to serve Christ, then I'm not going to give you all this wisdom that God says live, and you ain't going to do it. But if you want to serve Christ, you want to live the godly way, then you're going to do everything in your power to change your belief system to serve Him, because you want to. But if you do not want to, man, you're going to throw all the words and wisdom out the window. You ain't going to, you ain't going to fake that. No, I'm like, okay, you want me to pray today? I'm gonna pray today. All right, dude, hey, roll up one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna be ready you're just not. You're not gonna be ready. You're not gonna be ready. You cannot say that I'm ready and not be willing to do what it takes to do that.
Conversations like that.
What?
Huh?
What?
No, just that topic.
So yeah. Well, we could talk about that too one day. Again, that's why I feel like we should do this every week. and have like just subjects on relationships and individuality growth, single life and marriage life, and just having these conversations. I think they're very healthy to have, and so we can all expound our minds and be more aware of who we really are. And I think the more we talk about it, the more we bring it to the surface, the better so many of us will flow. Real relationships will be produced. I believe that without a shout of a doubt. In the name of Jesus, I believe chains are being broken on this live tonight. And there only been 5 people in here, mostly throughout this whole time. And I thank y'all for hanging up in here, because y'all received something that ain't nobody else gonna get unless they catch this replay. You understand what I'm saying? Because there was some wisdom came across, and it was not even us. That was God using us because y'all are here. And when you are operating in the spirit, God is not the author of confusion. So he ain't finna send y'all on y'all way with something that you can't do nothing with. Half of everything that we said, I can promise you, I can guarantee you that you can pick up your Bible and read it starting at Genesis, and you're going to get some of this wisdom that I'm talking about. Because that's where I learned it from.
Yeah.
That's where I learned it from. I ain't talking from the side of my hip. I got a mixture of experience and my experience with the word of God and intertwining into that as well. You know what I'm saying? It started with Adam and Eve. And if y'all was on my Awakened Woman series, I'm going to say it right here and right now. The man was created first for a reason. The man was created out of the dirt. Okay? The woman was created from his rib. They're not alike, are they? You ain't have to dissect that no other way. We're not alike.
Preach.
We're not alike. So women, stop trying to think you're better than man, because you're not.
And that shouldn't be that kind of terminology.
It is that terminology. Because why? Okay. What did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? I'm not saying you saying it in a negative way or me saying it in a negative way. I'm saying, what did I say earlier, ladies? I said we're valuable. We are so valuable, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're very important. We need
y'all, okay.
Yeah, they can't even function well without us. And Frank G, I ain't putting no single man down, but I know
it'd be better with a helpmate. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be better with a helpmate. That's the only thing to say.
So, ladies, I'm not saying, and I want y'all to hear me from my heart. I'm sick of feminism. That's one thing. I'm sick of feminism. That's why men cannot take their placement, because women are standing in it. And that's real talk. God created man first because he was closer to man. Okay? He knew he put work on man. He didn't put work on one man. Okay? So we took some rights and we took some responsibilities because of modern time.
And did you know that? Oh, we'll talk about that another time.
So I was going to talk about women's rights. Yeah. Well, that's all in feminism.
I know.
Let's start it back with Rosa Parks. That's her little mess up. She got to deal with that with God. And that's if it was led by God. Because again, so much stuff has been manipulated. You can't say that what's true or what's this and what's that. I want somebody to combat me. Because the only thing that you cannot combat me with is with the word of God, okay? Because you better show it to me in the Bible. I don't want to read no Quran. I don't want to read no other type of book, okay? Because no other type of book has given me deliverance. No other type of book says it got a heaven or hell to put me in. No other type of book says I'm going to have to face judgment and that I'm going to be in front of Jesus. Come on now, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to read no other book. I don't want to be confused. I'm already confused. Okay? But the only thing that brought me to where we are today is the word of God. And there's a lot of relationship books out there. They have different dissects of relationships and dissects of what the word may tell them. Okay, different things that how their experience through the word and what God did in their marriage, and you can possibly get where you need to get through that book, but it still should send you right back to the Bible, because that's where they learned it from. At the end of the day,
message.
I don't know, man. I'm standing on that word, man. I'm standing on that word. But y'all, I'm not gonna hold y'all, and we're not gonna hold y'all up. You know, I just think we're gonna be thinking about, you know, over this weekend, maybe next week, on what day we're gonna start going live and consistently every week at what time. And I'll post it on my community post. I'm pretty sure he'll announce it. like I said, he's
I'm
gonna
just playing.
announce it on his videos and all that stuff. We're always posting on our individual channels, and so we'll be able to talk about when we're going to do this, and so y'all all can just meet us here every week at the same time, and we can know what we're going to be here for. We're going to be here to grow and to evolve our minds,
right?
In that nature. We're uniquely different. That is why this channel is called that. We could have been called the stewards. That would have just made us just like everybody else. So we're definitely different. We're uniquely put together in such a way, as a season, as a time like this, God has us operating and being able to speak from our experiences to touch lives. And I'm super excited to be able to do that. And I hope that y'all are able to take any of this wisdom, go to God for yourself with it, see how you need to apply it to your life. And I want to hear some testimonies every week. I do.
Hey, that sounds
I
good.
would love to hear some testimonies on something that you applied.
You may be helping us in a certain way too. So yeah.
Yes, I want to hear anything, just anything that y'all can give back, just like Texas Scratcher Holly was doing in here, And so I appreciate. Let me see. Always Tam Tam, Frank G Shorts, Developing Mind. I thank y'all so much for engaging with us and talking with us, supporting us this whole entire time that we've been live. This goes towards our watch time hours. And we just getting started. Okay.
Appreciate you.
So y'all continue to be amazingly great in the way y'all are,
authentically. I thought she was about to say her saying.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Y'all just continue to be amazingly, authentically you. And we gotta think of some type of saying. I know that's gonna be probably mine. Stay amazingly, authentically you. Yes, I think that's gonna be mine. And then he probably around.
Don't be afraid to be different and true.
Okay, different and true.
As you said, I was gonna rhyme.
Yeah.
It came right out.
I'm trying to come up with something else.
Yeah.
I hope you like the way this whole live stream went, and catch us next week with Uniquely Different. That was
goofball. Goofball.
But y'all, till the next time, we gonna see y'all. Peace.
We love you. We out.
Y'all make sure y'all comment after the video so we know y'all was here too. I know y'all was here. I'm just saying.